Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Paramount Skydance merger being given the green light. It's going through and people are very, very mad about it. They're very mad because they think the only reason it went through was because they were kowtowing to Trump. I'm going to tell you the reason it went through is that Paramount, CBS, Viacom were in Hurtsville financially, and this was literally their Hail Mary pass. So yeah, of course they did what they were going to do, and it's very easy for people to be like, well, they should have taken the moral high ground and not capitulated. But, you know, it was either that or there wasn't going to be any more Paramount, right? My understanding. And then we'll talk more about that. And then they're still not able to grasp that the reason Colbert got canceled was he was losing $40 to $50 million a year.
Yeah, I know. They just cannot understand this. And if you're trying to sell, you're going to want to get rid of things to make the agreement go through.
So we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about South Park. They all love South Park now because South Park's making fun of Trump. It's so weird. Remember, they were all like, South Park are a bunch of alt-right chuds because they're making fun of poor Kathleen Kennedy. And now it's like, oh, finally, oh, thank God they've returned to their senses. I'm like,
I know they are. And it's funny. Colbert was even like going on about it because he's like, it's you know what he say? Oh, it's a, I forget what he said, but it was something like, thank God type situation. It's like, y'all hated him. I remember seeing, South Park hasn't been this on the nose and relevant in 20 years. I'm like, no, they've been pretty relevant with like the vaccine episode, with the Kathleen Kennedy stuff. They've been nail on the head several times. It just wasn't the nail you wanted it to hit.
Yeah, so we'll maybe talk a little bit about that. It's just like, that's the thing. South Park historically, I mean, it just shows you've never watched a show. Same with people on the right. They're like, oh, well, like they're all right wing now. No, they're not. They never have been. South Park is on South Park's side.
They make fun of everyone.
They make fun of everybody, and if you don't understand that, you've not watched the show for any length of time, right? This is going back to the 90s. Actually, I would say in the 90s, they started out pretty heavily criticizing the right, but they also criticize the left. They're also like PC culture is ridiculous and all that, PC principle. Remember PC principle?
No, I don't remember PC principle. No.
You had the unfortunate luck of watching it when Cartman and Butters were going at it.
Yes, unfortunately I did. And I was like, that's it.
South Park's funny.
I used to watch it back when it was on originally, but I don't remember the PC principle.
Oh, got a lot spicier, but
I remember back when it was on originally, before it got really bad. And I was like, what?
Yeah, anyway, they weren't dropping F-bombs.
They were killing Kenny still then. I don't know if they still are, but
I don't know. They killed him permanently for a while, and then I think he came back again, but whatever. Anyway, let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So we'll go with the CNN. Here's just the fact. Well, it's CNN's Brian Stelter. So Trump's FCC finally lets two media companies merge. So the pending merger.
It was his now because, was it Biden's last time?
It was Biden's, yes. Whenever we don't like something, we're like, well, there's nothing wrong with the FCC, but it's Trump's FCC. There's nothing wrong with this or that, but it's Biden's.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's still the same organization. But anyway, go ahead.
So, the merger between Paramount and Skydance was formally approved, concluding months of regulatory uncertainty. I just want to point this out. Paramount has been losing money for a long time. CBS has been losing money for a long time. I don't know why people don't understand economics. And look, you're going to do what you can do to save your ass when the chips are down. And this is the only way forward for them because nobody else was really buying. Like nobody wants Paramount and their shitty Star Trek. Saving their ass is what they did.
The shitty Star Trek didn't save them? No.
Oh my God.
Color me shocked.
It said FCC commissioners voted 2-1 along party lines to give the $8 billion deal a green light. The approval means Skydance CEO David Ellison can complete the deal and take control of Paramount in the coming weeks. The usually lengthy merger review process was pockmarked by allegations of political interference stemming from Trump's scathing criticism of CBS's news division. In recent days, Paramount's owners and waiting agreed to hire someone to overlook it at CBS and pledge not to implement any new DEI policies. Well, that's just like So the DEI stuff is getting pushed back. So this is the thing. They're really like we're kind of
like every other
here.
company's doing.
Every other company. Now I don't know about like actually stating, well, we're getting rid of DEI, but a lot of companies have quietly walked it back.
Right. They're just not what everybody else is doing because it was pointless and actually caused more harm than good.
And they're like, yeah, Brendan Carr is a Trump supporter. He showcases loyalty to Trump by wearing a gold pin of the president's head. He opened the FCC pros to several outlets the president has criticized. So I gotta be real here. I can't imagine being such a fan of any president on either side that I'm gonna wear their head on my.
I've never seen anything like it. Like the amount of. And on both sides, the amount of almost like idol, it is with some of these people. Most normal people are normal, but yeah, it can go really far.
Could you imagine somebody wearing like a Biden watch? What time is it, Joe? Time for a nap. I mean, come on, like what? It's just. Yes. But there's like all this like
Biden
Trump
NyQuil.
Yeah, there's all this like Trump merch, right? It's weird. It's kind of weird. I think it's kind of weird. Regardless of what you think of him as a president, I think it's kind of weird to.
I guess though it's no different than it's weird because it's president, but I guess it's no different than people wearing like a logo from a comedian they like or somebody else they like, but it's the president, so it's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, it is. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Again, you can think what you want. But I just think it's kind of weird to get like so enamored.
I would argue the same thing if it was on the other side too. I would argue either.
Yeah, I think that's weird too. Well, no, because they had like the Obama coins and the Obama comics.
It was always weird.
It was kind of weird.
Wait, they had Obama comics?
Yeah, they did. Marvel had Obama comics. They had like Obama and Spider-Man hanging out together.
Okay, that's really weird.
That's and it only happens on.
Okay, so how come that's not supposed to be weird? But okay, I don't know. I think it's all weird. You're a president. It's weird.
I don't remember any Marvel superheroes teaming up with Ronald Reagan back in the 80s. Maybe they did.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did.
I'll have to look and see. I mean, if they did, I don't remember it. I know a lot of the writers back then didn't like Reagan. It's so weird. Just side tangent. Side tangent. I was blissfully unaware of all this partisanship as a child. I thought everybody at least tolerated Reagan because even in California, like I don't remember people bitching about Ronald Reagan all the time.
Not here either. But
now I think he's the devil. I don't.
Real quick though, I was gonna say, what kind of team up I'd like to see? Any of these presidents, Trump, Obama, whoever, with the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't drink.
No, I'm just busting through a wall. Obviously because Kool-Aid Man's red, so he
Trump killed the Kool-Aid Man. Everybody drank him to death.
I'm saying, I know. Right? That'd be the left killed the Kool-Aid Man. I don't know.
It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid, by the way. It was Flavor Aid. Brand confusion.
I'm just saying. I'd love to see a comic book with one of the presidents teaming up with the Kool-Aid Man, busting through walls. Anyway, completely unrelated. And people are like, "Why do you keep taking these side tangents to get to the point?"
Yeah. So, Skydance is going to make significant changes once they're in charge of CBS. They're also going to adopt measures that can root out the bias that has undermined trust in the national news media.
Well, there is. That is true, though. Because they're even attributing it to why did you lose the election? And why were people so surprised you lost the election? If you talked to any normal person, they could have told you that was going to go that way. Because you weren't even paying attention to your own information. Like, you keep trying to spin narratives and not actually look at facts. That's why people don't trust you. The sky will be falling and you're telling everybody, nope, don't trust your lying eyes. It's fine. That's why people don't trust the media. Biden's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. That kind of stuff.
So there's a bit of a side deal going on here. They're alleging, they said the so-called secret, not so secret side deal between Trump and Skydance, because I know Trump and Ellison are pretty chummy, led another Democratic Senator, Elizabeth Warren, to say this merger must be investigated for criminal behavior.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can't lose CBS. Can't.
Every time anybody does anything, Elizabeth Warren's in there like.
She is like, yeah, I know. It's hard to take her seriously. I mean, I'm sorry, but when you get so outraged about every petty little thing. It's very, very hard to take you seriously. So this is Anna Gomez. She was the one who said that she did not believe this should happen. She warned the Paramount payout and this reckless approval have emboldened those who believe the government can and should abuse its power to extract financial and ideological concessions, demand favored treatment, and secure positive media coverage.
So
like PBS?
Like I would say, like every other day.
like NPR, like ABC.
I know. Like, but when is this? Where is this like not the norm? Because that's what you guys been doing,
right? It's a dark chapter in a long and growing record of abuse that threatens press freedom in this country.
The dark chapter being that the public's aware of it. Is that why it's dark chapter for you?
They're mad. They're not in control. That's all this is about. At the end of it,
at the end of the day, yes.
Because if it was. Look, if you had, okay, just hypothetically speaking, if you have Biden or Obama come in and say, okay, we're going to approve this merger, but you have to put DEI mandates in place, and we're going to put somebody in there to make sure, which is what they've been doing at these companies.
That's what they've been doing.
That's what they've been doing. So a condition of us approving this is that you're going to have DEI mandates, and that has been a condition before for mergers. That's okay. It's okay that the government meddles there. The government needs to step in and break up this company. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Right? Elizabeth Warren has called before for companies being broken up, whatever, their monopoly.
She probably wants to diversify her stock more.
Yeah, right. She's got a lot of money for somebody.
A lot of politicians go in without a lot of money and they come out really, really wealthy on their salaries. Just saying. Yeah.
And Fetterman's still wearing a hoodie. Like, maybe he's doing it wrong. It's like, what are you doing? Maybe they're really expensive hoodies. Who the hell knows? Yeah. So look, if it were on the other, that's what I'm saying. Like all this partisanship, if it were on the other side, it'd be totally fine. If the government put all kinds of bullshit into the terms of the agreement on the other side, it would have been fine. So it's like whatever. But they're like, I mean, everybody is pretending like they give a shit about Paramount and they give a shit about CBS now.
They didn't care about them, which is why this is happening in the first place.
Nobody watched them.
I know. That's why you didn't give a shit before. That's why, and Colbert, you guys weren't watching him either, which is why his ratings were in the shithole. No one was watching late night, which is why their ratings were in the shithole. So they're all going to probably benefit now from at least for a couple months, and the uptick of public knowledge and a public awareness. Because no one gave two shits. But like this whole thing about companies merge all the time, and they've had public mergers like under other presidents on the left, and they didn't care. They just didn't care. Like it wasn't Trump's FCC, it wasn't Biden's, whatever. It was just mergers like another day. You're just mad because this one you're making political because of the Colbert thing.
Yeah.
They didn't care anything about it until that in the lawsuit. They didn't care anything about it until that happened.
So David Letterman, who was the original host of The Late Show, said
when people cared about The Late Show.
When people cared because he was actually funny. But they said, it was pure cowardice to cancel it. They said, one day, if not today, the people at CBS who have manipulated and handled this are going to be embarrassed. He said, this is gutless.
Why is it gutless? I don't understand. So you could never fire these people because it's gutless?
The lashing came just days after the Tiffany Network suddenly axed The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, calling it a purely financial decision, while its parent company, Paramount, was attempting a high-wire act merger with Skydance. Again, this is the only way they were going to save Paramount. Paramount is
you'd have no job.
Shit show. You'd have no job.
You might not even get if Paramount had to go under, you wouldn't even get that 10 months.
So this is coming from the New York Post, and he has correct bottom line on the demise of Stephen Colbert and his Late Show, losing money left and right.
Yeah, no matter how much you scream it's politics, because I mean, if Trump wasn't in a lawsuit with them prior to this, they still got rid of him. What was he going to blame it on then?
Well, it made an easy target, right? Because they'd be, oh my God, Trump just wants to take away our CBS guys. Nobody's. Like you said, nobody's fucking watching your show. Nobody's watching CBS.
That's why it's going under. That's why you have to sell, because no one was watching Paramount and CBS and all that shit. Colbert. And it's not rocket science. And then they're like acting like it's because of this. And I mean, that might be part of it, but because they got in a lawsuit, but that was CBS's fault for getting doing stuff and letting their people say something that could open themselves to that in the first place. And then if they're trying to make a merger. If it goes under, he has no job. And if they merge, there was no guarantee they wanted to keep him anyway. Likely they didn't, which is why they're making CBS, Paramount get rid of him.
So they said this thing is losing money. Said a person close to Skydance, I hear it's on the way to lose more than 50 million. They would have killed it sooner if they were in charge. This guy pisses off more than half the country.
Okay,
wow.
so Skydance would have killed it sooner.
This is Skydance, yeah. If they could have taken control sooner, they would have been like that.
Probably a condition of taking over was to get rid of him.
Colbert is a ratings leader in a traditional late night talk show market, but the show's ratings have been steadily eroding as people reject its left-wing bias and the younger demographic of viewers get their entertainment through less traditional outlets.
Right. Yes.
Advertising is difficult to get, made even more treacherous by his foray into politics. Yeah, as soon as you get political, I mean, ask all these companies that have been on the receiving end of a boycott because they decided they were going to go all in on politics. And, ask Bud Light how that's working out for them. And they're not going to want to go near. Right now, again, everything is changing. This isn't 2020. So what's going on is these companies, even if they agree with Colbert, they're going to be like, you know what? Republicans buy shoes too. I want to sell my product to these people. And I don't know if I want to support this show because it alienates half of my potential
that's
customer
what they
base.
keep not understanding. And we've been saying this for a while now, and that's on both sides. If you keep making everything so political and polarized, you're just alienating half your audience. And I never understood why people keep doing this. And they kept doubling, tripling down on it, especially like the last few years. And they're wondering why their audience left. And it's like, because not all your audience is on the left, or not all your audience is on the right. So you want to sell stuff. You want to sell across the board. You don't want politically pickled people.
Yeah. And that's just it. Like, look at Johnny Carson. Like, I can't remember. I mean, look, all late night shows, their hosts have made fun of politicians and presidents as long as I remember, but it was usually lighthearted ribbing. It was, whatever. It wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, then because they were making. I remember they were making fun of Bush when he like threw up on the Japanese prime minister.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes,
he like barfed all over, and they were like making fun of him for that. But it wasn't like, yeah. And you know what else makes me vomit? All Republicans.
Yeah, exactly.
They make me sick.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why couldn't you take it? I wish he would have choked to death.
Right. They're taking their, yes. And if they would have celebrated, they're taking their political stance. They're putting their politics over people, and they're doing it, and they're doing it so hard that everybody thinks that you have to make a statement. And all it's doing is just making people mad at each other, making people hate each other. And you see it on both sides. Like somebody, dies or gets hurt or something, and they're like, they vote differently. Oh, they deserved it. Do you hear yourself?
God. So yeah. They said the audience roared about Colbert telling Trump to go F himself. But Skydance headquarters, there wasn't a lot of laughing. I'm told Skydance declined to comment, but people said that the decision to end Colbert was purely up to Paramount, which even in its lame duck status has a fiduciary responsibility to serve current shareholders, including by ending money-losing programs with little chance to show profit. So Paramount made the decision.
Paramount made the decision, but you do have to wonder if they were like, kind of like, we don't really want to deal with this guy. I mean, but Paramount did decide it. They wouldn't have done it unless there was, I don't think it's just Trump, because that would have blown over. That would have been, whatever. Yeah. Why, if they're mad at the news, CBS News, why would getting rid of Colbert, would be their answer? They'd be like, I'm mad. I hit my knee on, a desk, so I'm going to take it out on the trash can. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like, look, and again, if it were on the other side, this is what I'm saying. Like, for the longest time, the reason everybody is so ass mad is that the left, and mostly the far left, have had control of the airwaves for at least the last 10 years. Like, complete control, 15 years probably.
I'd say, yeah, it's been a while.
And it's a shock to them when they lose, and they're losing a lot lately, and that's what is frying their circuits. Is PBS, oh my God, PBS, oh my God, NPR, oh my God, CBS, oh my God, ABC. They've had all these
years of being able to say whatever the hell they wanted, whether it be on here or in the pop culture media, or the media in general. They've been able to say whatever they wanted. They were the tastemakers. They're the ones. That's why you have these people like, well, I went to journalism college, so you should listen to me, and everything else. they're just mad because they've taken it from like a normal, let's be, fair and look at this, objectively perspective into a definitive leaning. And then people were like, well, I guess that's not for me because I don't agree with them. And it got to the place too, where around these shows, around social media, around this stuff, if you don't agree completely 100%, then you're the enemy.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground. There's no gray. It's all black and white.
Well, that's the thing. Like, centrists look extreme to extremists, right? So, I mean, we got people like with us, they're like, you guys are alt-right nonsense. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
We haven't changed for real. Honestly, we're the exact same we've always been. Just the goalposts keep moving.
The goalposts keep, I mean, literally, I'm still like a 90s era liberal at heart, right? I mean, I don't care what you do in your personal lives. None of my business. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as everybody's an adult and they can consent and make adult decisions. I'm not big for cancel culture. I've never been big on cancel culture. Fiscally, I'm conservative. I always have been, but so did a lot of Democrats back in the day. They used to be like, yeah, we like to make money. Making money's okay. It's okay as long as you're not.
I don't care what race, gender, sexual orientation you are, as long as you're not an asshole. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. But then what happened was we saw it, coming from our own side. It was like, God, these people just became just absolutely insufferable, policing everybody and behaving like religious zealots. I mean, they were behaving very much like, the Christian right was back in the 80s, where everything was offensive. Everything that I didn't like had to be canceled. So, yeah, they're all excited that South Park is making fun of Trump in the merger now.
I thought they hated him last time. I hated them last time because they were making fun of, like, Kathleen Kennedy and stuff. And vaccines and all that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, they've always been willing to poke fun at either side, even stuff they believe, even at themselves,
That's why I always they always make fun of everyone.
I mean, this is like, you're getting this upset. They said season premiere. Jesus showed up at the elementary school and he told everybody why he was there. Mr. Trump sent him because it was part of a lawsuit in the agreement with Paramount. You guys saw what happened with CBS. Character said, well, guess who owns CBS? Paramount. You really want to end up like Colbert? You guys got to stop being stupid. Just shut up or we're going to get canceled, you idiot.
Yeah, they're going to use this to poke fun at Paramount and stuff because of all the stuff that's been going on with their own stuff. Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like, come on. I mean, anybody that's like, finally South Park's getting some balls after they were, messing around. It's like, can all of it be true, or can all of it be like fodder for jokes? Remember jokes? We used to do jokes.
Everybody, they've always made fun of everyone. They've always roasted everyone.
So anyway, I think we need to wrap this up. There we go. We're going to wrap it up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. And we'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.